Hello, hello, everybody. How's it going today? We're playing some Kiomet. It's been a while. I figured while we take a little bit of a break between games now that we're done with Majesty, I can kind of just pop back and chill with some Kiomet. See what happens. See if we could get on that leaderboard. Who knows? It's a mystery. I haven't actually played Kiomet in a while. It's been a while. So we'll see what this old rusty man has to offer the game. That's not right. Hold on. Apparently I've forgotten how to stream. It's fine. This is fine. Nope. Is that better? I think that's better. Cool. Well, that was a little weird, but that's fine. Here we are. Kiomet! Let's begin. So we're starting right next to the number 9 player. I'm sure nothing bad will happen. That's okay. As long as we have some room to expand into, and he's a friendly player, we should be fine. The big question being, am I surrounded? Which is not an answer that I can... let me go ahead and turn off that chat real quick. Chat is dark and full of scariness sometimes. So, yeah, we're a little bit wedged in here, it looks like. That's exciting. Hopefully, we're actually really wedged in here. Okay. Alright. I see, I see. Alright. So what do we have going for us? Well, we have one barracks. And that's about it. Oh, we have 2 barrackses. My bad. Okay. Alright. This is fine. It's fine. What's the worst that could happen? If we could get this airfield, I'll be a little bit more happy. But I don't know. This is looking like it might be a little bit of a bust here. I should maybe upgrade to barracks or armories for this one. Just to give myself a little bit more of a punch. But we should be able to get this airfield. This is a bot. This is also a bot. It's probably the only reason I'm still alive right now. That's okay. Not every start can be super easy. Not every start can give you a whole bunch of free land. Sometimes you have to start in a horrible position. I'm probably gonna lose this little spit here. Actually, I should have... Where's my drawing tool? Is it this? Yeah. There we go. Very professional. Very high quality. It's been so long. It's been so long. Alright, let's, That doesn't really work, huh? Alright, I might have to monkey with that later. I had that all set up before, now it's not. Sad. Right now, I just have to fight for my life. And maybe survive. Alright, we have an airfield now. That's pretty neat. But I don't really have a lot going for me, and that's unfortunate. But if we can make some space, if we could get a nice little train of troops going on, we should be fine. Eventually these bots will depart and we'll be able to get that land. Also, I don't actually know if Jiraj is active. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Jiraj is AFK. Hello, SGAPs. How are you today? Yes, you finally caught a Kiomet stream. Congratulations. I'm not seeing the chat box. Let me fix that real quick. I had my screen capture above it. There we go. That should work. Hopefully. Unless I broke it. Nah, that would never happen. I would never break anything. Everything is working as intended. Alright, I'd like to take this factory back. But we could also just take this centrifuge and accomplish the same thing. So I might just go do that instead. I just want to kind of try to be careful. I don't really want to fight both bots at the same time, but I want to hold off against this spot while pushing into this spot. Where possible. I have my vibin' music on. I'm just kind of chilling. We're not gonna have a super serious stream today. We're just gonna relax. We're gonna play some Kiomet, and hopefully I'll get on the leaderboard. Leaderboard, at least on this server, is looking a little scarce. At least, at the very least, there's not somebody with like 20,000 points on the leaderboard, which is... It means that we'll be able to get to the leaderboard. Will we be able to get to the top? Probably not, but it's all right. Yeah, I got the chat box working again. Excellent. I do know how to stream. Oh, it brings a tear to my eye to know that I have an idea of what I'm doing. Okay, I need to get a bunker going so I can hide my king. Because these bots have nukes. I haven't really seen bots use nukes that often anymore, but I still want to be careful. Oh, maybe Jiraj is... No, I think Jiraj is AFK. Hey, how's it going today? I have cold feet. It's been a while. Played yesterday. Made my first personal high score of 83.99. That's really good. I haven't had a top score on that scale in a very long time. I don't usually play for long stints of time like I used to. Although, sometimes I do. Occasionally. Alright, let's upgrade this to a bunker and hide our king there. We'll take out that silo. I don't think they're going to use it on me, but it's fine. Honestly, I just wanted to fire a nuke. Alright, we're going to try to take this centrifuge. And then I'm going to remember what I need for a projector. I think I need 2 ramparts. And 2 thingies. Oh, well, Jiraj is here. That's unfortunate. Okay. New plan. I guess we're heading south. Or actually, Jiraj might just kill me. Yeah, he might do that. I mean, I can't really stop him if he chooses to do that. And that's fine. That's kind of the nature of the game. I can respawn. I don't know why I'm actually... Hold on. Let me... I'm very rusty. It's been a while. I'm gonna try to push this way then, and hope for the best. I might have to become a bit migratory for a while, assuming I can even keep ahead of his line of troops, which I probably can't. Yeah, it's not a great spot that I started in. If Jiraj wasn't being aggressive towards me, I would probably be fine, but it's all good. I wouldn't really call spawning by a friend cheating. It's nice when it happens. I guess we can ally with that bot. Why not? But it's just the way it is. I don't usually play with friends, and obviously it's very difficult to spawn next to somebody that you know. You kind of have to just keep doing respawns if you wanted to try that, but hey, cooperation with your allies is part of the game, and I don't necessarily think that that's cheating. It just is what it is. Alright, so Jiraj is being very slow and taking their time. They might have just not wanted me to have that silo, which, I mean, fair enough, I suppose. But it has kind of cut back on my ability to do basically anything. Let's go ahead and upgrade these barracks to armories. I think the tanks are going to help us a little bit more here. They'll be a little bit slower, but that's okay. Now, the only real problem is that I don't really have a way to beat Baymax. Obviously, it's a much larger bot than I, so anything that I try to do to them, they can just take back. But the bot is also not really going to be focusing on me because I'm so small. I only have 25 points. I'm a little baby. But I don't want to give up just yet. I want to see where this goes. Let's see, what else can I do? I don't even think I have what I need to build artillery. Maybe I can. Yeah, if I downgrade this and upgrade these two factories into refineries, I should be able to get artillery. That might help me a little bit. Obviously, it's not the best thing in the world. Artillery is not amazing, but you tend to expand at first and then upgrade at once. Yeah. Yeah, well, in a situation like this, you kind of have to use every advantage that you can get, even if it's not a big advantage. And there's a lot of times where I don't even worry about upgrading everything, because honestly, admittedly, a line of infantry does just fine. I know there have been hot debates on the Discord about whether infantry is better than tanks, and honestly, my opinion on it is that they're both fine. I would probably go one way or the other. I probably wouldn't use a mix of infantry and tanks, but either way you're fine. Alright. So once those get upgraded, I should be able to build a bunch of artillery. I'm a bit worried if I build this into artillery, he might think that's a bit provocative. Ah, we'll do it anyway. What's the worst that could happen? He destroys me? It'll be fine. I'm not showing any aggressive tendencies towards him, so if he decides to destroy me, it's only going to be because he wants my land. See, we're even struggling just to get through these silos. We actually have a better time pushing this way. Like that. Welcome back, SGA piece. Like, we'll take that silo, but they're immediately going to take it back. So if we head this way, we'll be better. Eventually. It'll take some time. It'll take some time to move all the pieces into play. It'd be great if we could snipe their king. Because then I can just get all this for free, but that's not going to happen. Their king is probably going to go to one of these bunkers. Maybe someplace down farther into the darkness. But we can at least soften up these positions a little bit. Make it easier for our boys. How's the music? Is the music a little bit too loud, too quiet, just right? Does it need to go up, down? Do we need to change it? Do we need to turn it off and play the in-game music? It's nice? Awesome. Sometimes it's hard for me to gauge. Hey, thanks for the follow, I have cold feet. Yeah, sometimes it's hard for me to gauge whether the music is good or not, because my hearing isn't as good as it used to be, I don't think. So yeah, he's probably just gonna roll through me. That's fine. That's fine. I'm giving it a shot. If we die, we'll just spawn somewhere else. That's the nice thing about Kiomet. Every chance is a second chance. Or something. But sadly, there's not really a whole lot to talk about right now, because I'm kind of getting destroyed. I'm kind of wedged between two people that I don't really have any way of dealing any damage to. It's all good, though. I should be able to take this airfield, though. If I take this airfield, I take that airfield, we might be able to make something work. It's kind of nice that Jiraj is not really super concerned about destroying me. I don't know, maybe he did just take that artillery piece because he didn't want to be attacked by it. Who knows? Just keep firing away. Awesome, so that's another airfield for me. That's good. Can I take this airfield too? Maybe. Let's see. I don't really know what's down here. So I'm kind of riding blind, and I can't I guess I could upgrade my radar. I'd like to get to this launcher, upgrade it to a radar, and see what's going on down here. I'm pretty much just ignoring Jiraj because if Jiraj decides to attack me, there's not anything I can do about it. So let's try to push down to this launcher and we'll go from there. Yeah, give me that airfield. Excellent. Alright, so our supply lines are really basic right now. That's okay. We'll try to push this way. We're not anywhere near building any projectors, which is sad. I'm a projector boy. I'll always be a projector boy. I'll always build and use projectors. But we have to make do with what we got right now. I have to admit, even though these artillery aren't really great, I don't usually use artillery, not in this way anyhow. They're doing okay. They're doing a good job. Alright, that looks like a good path to take. I'm not really worried about this bunker or the headquarters. I can't do anything with those anyway. I should take this quarry as well, just to kind of put a little bit of a buffer between my airfield and their unit stacks. But we're going to be fighting here for a while. That's not what I wanted. Oh well. Oh well. Sometimes you direct boys the wrong way. Bots do have a tendency of nuking projectors, it's true. But they're very good. There's so many things you can do with projectors, that's the problem. Alright, we're gonna run our king. I don't know if we'll get away, but we're gonna make a run for it nonetheless. Oh, is he gonna get me? Almost. Almost. Ah, he's gonna kill me. It's fine. I'm just delaying the inevitable at this point, and that's okay. So he's probably going to end up just taking all of this. That's all right. If we can take this armory... We're going to try to do something a little bit sneaky here. I don't know if we'll have the time to do it. If we could get a nice little infantry line set up here, we might be able to, like, push him back a ways. But that's going to require him to not actually notice this and attack in the next hour. So that's probably not going to happen. No spam. Yeah, my favorite thing is when the bot kings just run into your territory and die. It's always fun when that happens. Yeah, he's just gonna take that, and that's fine. That will probably be the end of me, I'm afraid. Alright, we'll just try to hold off here. Delay, 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 delay. Stall tactics. You might be wondering why I don't just restart. I don't know. Sometimes I can pull sneaky things out. If I can, like, push into this bot faster than he attacks me, I can just kind of migrate away. It's highly unlikely, but hey, if it happens, it's fun, right? Alright, let's try to get to this airfield next. We don't even have... We can't even build centrifuges anymore. Downgrade that to a barracks so that we have the requirements to... they're going to take that. Okay, fair enough. I was going to upgrade that to a ramparts, but that's fine. And plus, maybe there'll be some kind of revenge story. Maybe he'll destroy me, and then I'll come back later as, like, a 3,000 point behemoth and just curb stomp him. Who knows? There's a lot of things that can happen. It's Kiomet. Or the bot can leave. Holy cow, that's big. Let me just grab all the things. One moment. Alright, now we have something going on. Unfortunately, Draj is still way bigger than me. But maybe if I can get in and get enough territory, we'll be okay. I don't even have enough for an airfield. All right. Let's go this way. That's Jiraj over there. That's not great. Okay, this Claude is a bot, I believe. They might ally me. I don't know if it's really worth it, but we'll see. So, interestingly enough, it looks like... No, they can come down this way. Okay, never mind. I was hoping that maybe the only way they could access my land was from up here, but that is not the case. Alright, I might have to take out Claude. I shouldn't have moved my king there. I didn't realize how close it was to the front. Alright. Alright, we need to take our troops down this way. Yeah. I know most of the bots, but some of the newer bots, or more recent additions, the names escape me. But yeah, UAV's a player. I knew that. Claude, like I said, I was fairly certain he's a bot, so... Yeah, a lot of times you can tell just by the way that they run, they operate. Okay. My king's there. I need to move my king somewhere more safe as soon as I can. Probably over here to this bunker. Yeah, I remember, like I said, I remember most of the bot names, and you can tell who's a bot based on how they play. So even if you don't internalize who or what is a bot, you can tell just by the way they're moving their troops. I keep hoping that Jiraj decides to leave me alone, but it doesn't seem like that's going to happen. Okay, we have Claude down here. We have Jiraj. I would be better off if I wasn't almost completely surrounded by Jiraj. If he only touched me from one side, it would be easier to hold him off. But with the way it is, again, he could easily roll me if he just decided to concentrate on me for a few minutes. Because, I mean, he could come in from this direction, he could come in from the north, he could theoretically come around and surround me. There's a lot he could do. Let's take these spots. Alright, my king's safe at the moment. But I do need to move forward. Pick up a couple of more projectors and go from there. We're gonna bring all of our troops down into this spot. And we're gonna use this projector to fortify this headquarters. Will that matter? Probably not. It's fine. My tactic right now is basically just to slow down. Slow everything down. So that I can hopefully get a decent way ahead of him. But it's not going to be easy. And it's not going to work if he decides to focus on me. Here, let's, oops, I did not mean to downgrade that. Oh, well. That's a lot of boys. That's a lot of units. Alright. Alright, it seems like Claude is a pretty powerful bot. That's unfortunate. I was hoping for a weakling. Is there any? I guess I can downgrade this bunker. Because I need three... I need 3 mines. And I only have 1. Yeah, we'll do that. That's fine. Eighth place player was beside you? Yeah. Yeah, that happens. This is, starting to look a little bit more dire here. It was looking promising at first, but I think we're probably gonna start getting pushed back again. I mean, ultimately everybody leaves. Maybe Jiraj will just get bored and leave. That would be nice, wouldn't it? It's pretty unlikely, though. Alright, let's come down this way. I don't have any counterplay. I don't have anything. Unfortunately, Claude is just a little bit too powerful. I don't think I'm going to be able to get through them easily. So I'm pretty much stuck between a rock and a hard place. Heck, Claude bot's even nuking me. That's kind of surprising considering I only have 36 points. Alright. Let's try not to go through their main path here. That might be a mistake that I'm making. Let's try to come down, like, this way, maybe. That's not gonna work. Yeah, that's just going to bounce the projector shot back. Alright. Oh, this is awkward. I don't have a good use for this projector now. I guess I could try to keep fortifying this area, but they're just going to attack down this way. Yeah, I'm sure if I restart, I'd get a much better start, but where's the fun in that? I mean, I'm number 62. I'm not 75. I'm not at the bottom. I'm not the worst player on the map. Let's see. Can I upgrade this into a rampart, maybe? I don't think a launcher is gonna help me here. Nice. 55 shielded bunker. 50 ramparts. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I don't want Claude 2. Helicopters? I don't use helicopters. I find them too much effort with too little, little advantage to utilize them. They're not bad. I've seen people use them just fine, but it's not my thing. Helicopter tanks, I guess. It feels like it takes too long. It takes too long to set up. That's the whole argument about the barracks, right? The soldiers are good because of how fast they are, compared to, like, the tanks, which are much slower. But when you have both helicopters and tanks, yeah, the helicopters are fast, but you only get a few of them. And that's paired up with the tanks, which are also slow. I don't know. I'm a big proponent that you can play however you want to play. If you want to play with helicopters and tanks, you can play with helicopters and tanks. I think it would work just fine. Because a lot of people just don't really know how to play the game optimally. Like, a lot of players will set up supply lines, but they won't be very good. Or they'll just set up one big supply line, which also isn't very good. It doesn't take a lot to be decent at the game. I mean, even our good friend Jiraj here, I mean, this runway is not connected to anything. This isn't connected to anything. And I mean, in fairness, he may be busy. Or maybe he just doesn't care. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But ultimately, whether you go tanks or helicopters or soldiers, it's a time game. The more time you put into it, the bigger you'll get. I'm using infantry right now because I need something fast and zoomy to try to escape the big monster that is the number 5 player. And there are times where I change it up. Sometimes I do use... Well, a lot of times I use all tanks. Sometimes I use all infantry. Sometimes I don't bother upgrading anything. Yeah, you want as many supply lines as you can fill up, ideally. Like, you don't want to have one big supply line. You'll suffer so much attrition if you do that. You'll lose much more than you'll gain. Okay, what are we dealing with down here? A bunch of nonsense, but there's at least not a lot of enemies down here. A lot of troop density, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Okay, Jirash has taken my bunker. That's unfortunate. But it doesn't look like he's being very aggressive towards me, so it might be fine. Or he might just be waiting for his chance. I know this bot leaving is a good thing for me. Even if it's gonna give him another corridor into me. That's alright. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. Is this, Claude? No, it's a player. I wouldn't mind being friends with that player. Yeah. I don't want to attack players. They take too long to fight. I don't even want to fight Jiraj, but you're kind of forcing my hand. A guest? I'll be friends with a guest. If they'll be friends with me, that is. There we go. Alright, Jiraj has discovered how to be friends with people. That's good. Let's see. Let's keep working on this spot. I'm going to move my king back, but I don't really want him super close to Jiraj's borders, because I don't trust that alliance. I don't know why. I don't know if it's sincere. We may have a little bit of a problem if we get surrounded. So I need to try to make sure I push into this spot. Yeah, nuke chokeholds are very good. I don't use nukes very often unless people are nuking me. Honestly, I don't do much micro at all unless people are microing against me. So nukes, artillery, EMPs, I can use them. I know how to use them. I just... too much micro. Too much work. I'd rather just chill and slam my lines of dudes into their lines of dudes. And the more dudes wins. Basically. We might get their king here. Their king might accidentally into me. That would be nice. What? What SGA piece? Is there something wrong with nukes? Also, now I'm being fed troops. A lot of well, look, we're all sending our troops to their doom. If they don't die in battle, they die to attrition. What can I say? That's just the way it is. Also, Draj is actually feeding me troops. That's kind of surprising. I mean, I'll take it, but it doesn't make me feel good. All right, I need... What do I need? I need a refinery. I had one at one point. I lost it. Because I need to build satellites so I can get a better idea of what's going on. I'd like to push through Claude. That way I can just kind of get out of this, like, hug box that's going on here. Because I don't want to get cornered. My war with Jiraj just ended. I don't want to have to start it over again. And quite frankly, Taki 08, it scares me a lot more than Jiraj. So being wedged between them, I just noticed that Taki is actually the number 2 player. It's a little bit scary, I'm not gonna lie. Well, their king got away, that's alright. Let's see, am I bad? Hold on. Oh, they're rockets, they're not refineries. I am bad. Okay. We'll upgrade that to a rocket. That's actually a bad spot to put a rocket, but that's fine. And we'll upgrade that to a rocket. Came on 5 minutes ago, tunneled through every bot I could find. Bots aren't really that scary. They're just annoying. They're a nuisance. The only reason they're so dangerous to me right now is because of how tiny I am. They can just simply outproduce me and win. I'd really like this silo to go away. Let's push in and take that silo. It's a bit of a diversion. That's okay. Should also just try to take this so that my borders can look a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. I kind of hate that I have this big red blob inside of me. It's kind of unfortunate. Alright, Rex wants a peace deal. It's a bot, so it'll break its alliance with me eventually. But it's also not bordering me directly, so I don't really care. Alright. we take that silo, we need to deal with all these random airfields that are just spawning dudes. That should be it for that reactor. We'll send a couple more aircraft just to be safe. So the guest is also feeding me troops. Do you know how rare it is for me to see other people actually feeding me troops? And the fact that I have 2 people doing it, I mean, I know they're not watching the stream. There's only like a couple people watching the stream. So it's kind of weird, but I guess I'll accept it this time. I need to start finding some place to take my supply line. I could just take it right through Rex. Let's see. Where are... There. My mind's blanking. Hold on. my thoughts just went blank. Alright, so we have a refinery here. Do we have any of these? There's nothing down here, so it's just all refineries. That's kind of gross. Alright. Alright, so we may have to go into Rex here. I kind of hate how centralized my supply line is getting, but the game's not giving me any choice in the matter right now. Like, it's this way or the highway at this point. Okay. I want this radar. That'll give me a better idea of what's going on around me. I'm probably gonna have to backstab this guest, because I'm not gonna have anywhere to expand into very soon. Yeah, that's a good way of dealing with bots. If they accept an alliance, and you don't want to fight them immediately, there's no reason not to accept the alliance. The only time you have to be careful with bots is when they will break their alliance with you eventually. Actually, this guest is pretty big. Maybe I won't backstab them. We'll see. Let's kill this bot first, and then we'll reassess. This guest up here is much smaller, but they're also right next to Jiraj, and we just stopped being enemies with Jiraj, and I don't feel like antagonizing him again. Yet. Apparently all roads lead to this one projector. That's okay. Oops. Okay. So we have nothing over here. We have a centrifuge. We have 2 refineries. No projectors. And no factories. This is gross. I don't like this area down here. It's just for somebody who uses projectors, like, this area is just like a supply dead zone. Like, there's nothing to work with down here. There's a lot of production, which is nice. But there's no easy spot to mount another supply line. Alright, what's going on in chat? Is there anything weird going on in chat? Probably. Let's see. Help me. Let's be friends. Prussia, help me. Let's be friends. Help me. This is normal stuff. Normal stuff. Fair enough. People asking for help and not getting it. All right, we're at 123 points. Big wins. Big wins considering the fact I wasn't even expecting to survive the first hour. Okay, so Jiraj is pushing this way against this guest. If we can take out this bot quickly, we might be able to attack the guest from the west, from over here. I hate helping out Jiraj, considering how problematic he's been. 370, well, I've been busy, SGAPs. I've been busy trying to survive. I haven't had a chance to exponentially increase my score. It's fine. Let's see. Let's upgrade this. Alright, oh, this guy left. That's interesting. So maybe we won't have to backstab our new guest buddy. We are going to have to do something. Actually, we probably don't have to do something. All of this is in range of this projector. So if we just take it, funnel it all into this projector, and then we could send this projector up to the northwest. My Kiomet name or SGAP's Kiomet name? Because my Kiomet name is Leecros. And it's even italicized if I speak in chat. So if you ever see like somebody speak with my name and their name isn't italicized, then it's not me. So for example, if I go in here and I say hello, it'll italicize my name in the chat. If I go into, like, say, the phone app of the game, and I make my name the same thing, and then I type hello in the chat, then it will not be italicized. So it's a slightly subtle change between this italicized name and this not italicized name, but there is a difference. So I don't think people really pretend to be me, but I'm just saying if ever there's a point where there's somebody in the chat and their name is mine and it's not italicized, it's not me. It's not moderator status, although I am technically an in-game moderator. It's just a software account. I basically have my name set to me through my software account so that people can't fake my name as easily. It's not perfect. And people still get confused, but it's all good. Hello, Tetrahedron. How are you? It's nice to see you again. Alright, I'm probably gonna have to stab one of these guests in the back. And it's probably gonna be this one. Why is it gonna be this one? I don't have a reason why. It's just the way it is. I could stab this guest in the back. They're probably smaller. But it's fine. It's fine. We'll figure it out. Oh. I can't quite do that, can I? No, not quite. Alright, well, we'll just kind of hop skip there. It's all good. Alright, I need to upgrade to more satellites. Would this be a good satellite? Maybe. Alright, so we'll work on building up our supply line here for a hot minute. And then we'll mount an attack on Ghast. And now it's just a little bit of a waiting game. While we're waiting, we might as well upgrade our villages. I only have 6 villages? Gross. Do I have any headquarters? I do have a number of headquarters. I can downgrade a few of them. I don't need that many. Let's see. So that's my only headquarters right there. Okay. That works. It's not just guests. I'm also surrounded by the number 4 player on the leaderboard. Let's see, we'll upgrade these. Pad our score a little bit. You shouldn't be afraid to attack guests. And I'm not saying that out of any kind of guest hate, but, like, players who play as guests either A, don't know or don't want to bother playing with a real name, or B, they want to play anonymously so that players don't, like, focus them down. So I've played as a guest before, and it is a little bit harder than playing as a normal player because other players, like, I don't know, they don't like guests. That's about the best way I can put it. Yeah, exactly. Destroy all guests. Exactly. And I have cold feet. You are not the only person who has that mindset. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. At the end of the day, Kiomet is a game that you can play however you want. As long as you don't get too real in the chat. If you get too real in the chat, somebody might mute you. And then you'll be muted for a while. Alright, yeah, this guy doesn't have any supply line set up. Well, I don't think he does. He might have a few supply lines set up. Do we have any... Let's see. I'm a bit worried that if I mount an attack, he's going to come up through this rampart. So I'm going to build a couple of projectors to fortify this rampart. I don't have any problems with gas. I just... If I have to choose between attacking a guest and attacking a person with a name, I'm probably gonna pick the guest, I'm not gonna lie. I've also played... Yeah, well, my game plan is I'm gonna fortify down here, and I'm just going to kind of push around. I'm gonna try to go for his king, but it may not work. So if I can fortify this a little bit, make it harder for him to get through, just in case he mounts an attack, I'm not too worried about this guest. I'm gonna be honest with you. But yeah, I've also played with bots at a bot name. That's also a lot of fun. Maybe I'll do that for like a stream or a video sometime. It's always really fun to do that because players don't know that you're not a bot until you start being aggressive. I've had some of my biggest, most fun wars trying to fight back as a bot name. All right, let's go. Now, he could do something crazy like start launching nukes. I should be wary about that because he's actually in a prime position to nuke anything in here, basically. But we should be able to run our train of troops straight through. Is there a better spot I can bring my supply line? Not really. This part of the map is just gross when it comes to supply lines. At least the way I do supply lines. He's frantically building ramparts. Okay. That's fair enough, I suppose. Oh, I don't actually have enough centrifuges. Alright, well, I can fix that. I have seen people get very aggressively annoyed at players who pretend to be bots. And I don't get it. I don't understand, because it's not a big deal. Like, if you want to be a bot name, if you want players to be aggressive towards you, then you're gonna play as a bot. Because they're not going to know any better. You're just giving yourself a harder challenge. And for some reason that irritates a lot of people. I don't know. I'm going to switch this to a helipad. Not because I want helicopters, but just so I can more easily see it on the map. He moved his king again. Okay. So my initial wave of troops is almost out, which is kind of unfortunate, but that's all right. Take this little spit of land here too. Yeah, so that's how I do my supply lines. Like, if I can't put a projector somewhere, then I'll upgrade it to a helipad just so that I can easily see it, like when I'm quickly clicking around looking for it. Okay, that's probably enough to head that way. Let's keep heading to there. I'm not intentionally chasing his king, but that's the way he's running his king, so... sucks to be him, I suppose. So now that's set in stone. I could technically move a bunch of these production buildings into that. Just so that it organizes my supply lines a little bit better. Alright, let's just keep chasing his king, why not? They seem extremely focused on running their king and not very focused on fighting back. I'll send some troops over the border over here. It's actually probably not a great idea, because that will remind him that this exists, but it's fine. Wait. Did I send... Oops. I upgraded the wrong one. We'll downgrade that. There we go. He might take that back. 3, 6, 9, 12. Yeah, he probably will. That's alright. This is where having a second supply line would be nice. What if we... So it's gonna be a little bit weird. But we had a little bit of a weird start anyway. Let's bring this supply line down like this. And we'll kind of split our forces a little bit. And at least have like this section head south. That seems like it makes sense. Yeah, I mean, he's gonna just keep running his king. I'm just gonna casually just keep taking his production back and backfilling his land. He's not really threatening to push this back in any real way. Oh, there's another bot down there. Cool. And Jiraj has stopped providing with troops, which is an interesting thing to note. I don't want to upgrade that. I thought about it. I probably shouldn't have upgraded that to an airfield. Oh well. Let's see, we're gonna keep focusing on this helipad to try to blitz out more troops, especially since a bunch of this is now redirected down to the south. We'll need more troops heading through this path. I mean, I don't really need radar. I already know where most of his stuff is. I mean, I'll probably eventually need radar over here, but it's fine. Let's see. Where do I want to take this? Actually, yeah, I want to take that there. And I'll upgrade that to a projector. I'm hiding. I'm hiding SGA piece. It's a secret. Alright, let's, I want to take this. I want to take this, and I want to take this. I give this guy a bit of credit for actually staying into the game and fighting this out. A lot of players would have logged by now. Alright, we have a couple bots down here. I'm pretty sure Munin is a bot. Bombers are very good. I like my bombers. Alright, so that is now mine, and I can start pushing down south farther. Yeah, just go through the guest. You'll find me, I'm sure. Just find a guest, attack them, go through them. I'll be on the other side, I promise. Let's push this way a little bit. Try to take some of this backfill. This armory is being obnoxious, but I'm not actually trying very hard to take the armory. That is a little worrisome. Let's see, do I have any radar I can upgrade up here? That's the closest one. Okay. I'm not saying that Jiraj is planning on attacking me, but I'm not saying that he's not planning on attacking me. Oh, we got a little nuke flat firing. Okay. I still don't have those, so it's all good. I'm pretty sure Munin is a bot, so there can be multiple Munins. Actually, that's a really bad path to route to. Just keep going this way. It's fine. He'll give up eventually. Although this guest is actually much bigger than I expected them to be. Alright, these guys can start heading towards this projector. Well, I knew there can be multiple instances of one bot, but I just didn't... The newer bot names are hard. It's fine. I don't know the newer bot names as well as I know the older bot names. I've been playing Kiomet for a while. Where is this guy's king? He really ran it. This guest is much bigger than I thought he was. Bishop is a bot name. I know that. I know that one. Alright, go ahead and take that runway. And I also want to take this armory. Well, I don't want your dudes at GAP, so I have my own. I have my own dudes. Alright, which way are you going? I mean, you're probably like 3 times my size at this point, SGAPs. Is that really gonna be a fair 1v1? I mean, you can, I guess, if you want to. That is your choice. Although you have me at a slight advantage considering you're watching the stream where you can see all of my stuff. Maybe I can escape. Darn. I was hoping to kill Johnny 5 and block you off from coming this way. Oh well. That's a very well developed bot. Look at that supply lines. Well, they don't use supply lines, but that's still oddly satisfying to look at. The fact that they have dudes everywhere. What the? Where did his king go? Hold on. I really thought I had him. Sneaky. Alright. I'm fine with an alliance SGA piece, but I don't need Fed troops. That might be a little bit much. That might be using my streamer privilege a little bit too gratuitously. Alright, where is this guy's king? I mean, you can attack me too if you want. That's up to you. What the? That guest just disappeared after offering me an alliance. Okay. Uh-huh. A misclick. It's always a misclick. Except when it isn't. Alright, where's my king? My king's all the way up here. I need to move my king down here. Get it closer to this nice, delicious land that I'm about to get. I always give credit to players who play till the end. It's always nice. There's too many people who just call it in quits when they start to lose. How do I do supply lines? So you want to take a building that produces troops, and you want to click on it. And then you want to click and hold down your mouse button and drag until you see this dotted line appear. And you want to take it to a building that also produces... Oh, I'm sorry. My tutorializing came out. My bad. How do I do supply lines when I'm big? I don't really think too much about it. That's one thing. I just kind of like do like a cluster of supply lines in one area and then a cluster of supply lines in another area. And then I make it so that my supply lines can connect to one another if I need to. So I'm kind of too small right now to really show that off. But as an example, we'll have this will be its own supply lines section, and I'll turn my supply lines back on each other like this. And then this will just be like its own self-contained unit or supply line or whatever you want to call it. And then I'll also figure out like, okay, so this can reach to this projector. So this will be the focus point of another supply line. And then when I'm at war, I just connect all my supply lines together to try to create as many fronts as possible. Like that might not be a very good explanation, but like I said, I'm not very big right now, so it's kind of hard to show it off. The big thing that you don't want is you don't want all of your supply lines going to the same place. Because you can only have, like, I think it's 8 units traveling in one direction along one line. So if you're trying to attack through a choke point with all of your troops, you're just going to lose a lot of them. So having, like, smaller supply lines that you can kind of connect together as you need them works a lot better than just like one big supply line. Alright, so this is going up to here. That's fine. And then this all goes into here. And I think I'm just going to use infantry and bombers today. I feel like that's the kind of mood I'm in right now. Sometimes I try to use some fighters, like, peppered throughout, but it's too much work. Yeah, you want to try to attack from every angle you possibly can. Like, your primary goal, because of the way Kiomet is, most of your wins are not going to be from destroying or killing the enemy king. Most of your wins are going to be from the enemy player leaving the game. Your king should always be in the middle of your empire, and it should always be at either a bunker or a headquarters. That's just kind of standard practice. A rampart technically has more shields, but the problem with a rampart is that while it has more shields, it can still be destroyed with one nuke. Alright, so this would be a good spot for another projector. And we'll feed that into the supply line as well. And you should be able to at least get an idea of what this looks like when all of my supply lines are connected together. I think this is all good to go. That's not. Let's see. That's not. I can go there. These guys are in kind of an odd spot. I guess I can go into this. What even is that projector? I don't know. But it's for troops now. Yeah, you can put your king on a path that has one way in. Sometimes that's not really plausible. It can be hard to find. I think in one of my time lapses, I had my king on, like, a peninsula. And by the time, like, everything took over, or I got completely taken over, it was the only thing left, and I was just surrounded by enemies. That was pretty neat. Is it? It's that one. All these EWS down here are confusing me. Let's get rid of some of them. Alright, let's deal with this bot. It's gonna be the next annoying thing. We'll do that. And then we can also bring this down here. And then we can bring this in the top. So that's what I mean when I say, like, I tend to have, like, modular sections that can connect together. So I can connect this to this and come in the north, while I connect this to this and come in the south. And that's just an easy way to get multiple fronts going. Of course, if this guy down here, this SGA Feast guy, if he attacked me, there wouldn't be anything I could do about it. But that's fine. There's also some odd things with projectors. You don't want them to be in an area that only has one path. Because if you have everything going into it from one direction, you may have issues with attrition. So you want them in, like, centralized areas. Like, even this is kind of not amazing. I would rather have this, like, up in here somewhere, so that everything was coming in from a different angle. But that's a little bit, I don't want to say advanced, but it can be obnoxious to get that set up that way, so I don't usually worry about it. Like, there's a lot of nuance to this game. Like, it's an easy game to pick up and play, but things like that, of that nature, makes it a really interesting game to play for, like, people who know what they're doing. Is this a player? Yes, I'm pretty sure this is a player. No? Maybe it's not. No, it's a player. It's definitely a player. Alright, let's head this way. So this is slightly nope, this is fine. I was about to say, this is slightly problematic because they can only come in from this direction, but no, there's another path here to open up. That's all good. We're good. Wait, is M14 a player? No, I thought he was a bot. Okay, fair enough. Well, I don't know what to tell him. He's, he's gonna have a bad time now. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's take this area. We'll capture this area, and we'll head towards Bishop. I don't know. M14 just seems like a short enough name that it could have been a bot. Again, the new bot names are added, like, relatively regularly. So I don't have them all internalized. But I'll take this area, and then we'll call it a day. We'll go beat up on Bishop. Look, I'll be friends with you, M14. Just let me get nice borders with you. Nice borders are important, I guess. A little bit more. There we go. All right. So now we'll turn this around, and we'll head this way. Because this bot will eventually cause me problems. Now, Zuck is a bot. That I do know. My memory is bad, but it's not that bad. Not yet. I do remember Zuck being added. It was added alongside a bunch of the bot names that I suggested. And a couple other people made some suggestions as well. I do want this airfield, though. Might as well. Yeah, the bots will do that. They can be pretty aggressive. SGAP, so are you on the leaderboard yet? Are you number 9? Or number 8? Or number 10? Sorry. You gotta be getting pretty close. Number 9 player only has 1,400 points. That's not a lot. 17? Alright, that's not so bad. I'll upgrade a couple of villages and get my points up. Still not quite sure what to make of this, but I think if he was going to attack me, he would have done so already. Huge guest appeared on top of me. Truly, that is a fearful experience. I would also be worried if a huge guest appeared on top of me. How would I like to see a bastion disappear? What are you gonna do with it? Oh, well, why are you over there, too? Stop trying to surround me. Oh, Bishop. Alright, I gotcha. But he was so aesthetically pleasing before. There's no one to attack? You could attack the guest. Show him who's boss. Nah, you'll be fine. Look, guests don't know how to play the game. It's fine. Speaking of not knowing how to play the game... I might be a little bit cheeky here soon. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. For no reason in particular, let's take this up this way. Yeah, a lot of times people just leave and disappear, even when they're quite large, or they get bored. That happens a lot too. Let's see, how do I want to do this? Let's change that into a nuke. I want this to be a EMP. Yeah, I saw his king... Well, his king was over here. I don't know what happened to it. Not a big deal. So this area over here looks like it's kind of off. Oh, no, he has some kind of connection over here. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. All right. So I could attack this guest to my north, but I think I want to try, and this might backfire. I think I want to try to get some payback on Jiraj. Hopefully Jiraj isn't stream sniping somehow, but it's fine. But it's gonna take some effort. I need to sort out a bunch of stuff. Yeah, so let me bring up my drawing tool, even though it's not really working very well. So, are we good? Let's see. So, he has a supply line here, and he definitely has some kind of supply line coming in like this. So, what I'm thinking is if I bring this supply line up like this, and then I bring this supply up to attack here, I think we'll be okay. I know he's online. That's fine. I don't care. I'm gonna have to use my nukes and artillery a bunch, but it should be fine. Yeah, I know. I've been watching his score go up. It's all good. All right, I don't need this anymore. Yeah, if you ever want to know if somebody's online, you just have to watch their score. If it's going up, usually it means they're online, but it's fine. And I might die. I might get destroyed. He might destroy me. I don't know. It's fine. Sometimes you have to take risks. Sometimes you have to fight a big war. Sometimes it has to happen. Sometimes you have to go for glory. Okay, so I have this projector here. I can start moving my troops up that way. But the big thing is that he can only really attack me from two directions. He can attack me from this direction, and he can attack me from this direction. And if I have two groups of supply lines, that should at least slow him down. And then in theory, as long as I micro my artillery and whatnot well enough, it should be fine. Alright, can these nukes reach there? They can. perfect. I wish I had a better idea of what was, like, just slightly behind here. Because I feel like there's a big gap in his empire up here. I could be wrong about that. I have nothing to go off of that other than speculation. But I just feel like there's a gap right here. Just because of the way his troops are moving. Like, they're moving around this area instead of through it. So if I take this up to, like, here, and then I take this up this way, that's the general idea, anyhow. So let's test out his attention. Let's see if he's paying attention. He should declare war on me if he sees this. Well, actually, I guess he would declare war on me right after. But if he sees this, then he'll be able to redo his supply lines immediately. Because I'm going to break my alliance right before it hits, so that it destroys the airfield. And we'll see what happens. The ticking noise in the background with this song. That was almost thematic. Okay, let's go. Let's go. We'll use our artillery there. We don't really have a good target for our nukes yet, but we can target... Didn't I have a nuke down here? Hold on. I did, right here. We can target the peripherals. That's usually a good target for nukes. Anywhere that doesn't have troops constantly running through it is a good target. Okay. So far, not very reactive. It may not just not be paying attention at the moment. It's all good. He is theoretically much more powerful than me. At number 3 with 2,300 points, it's a lot of military power. But it should be fine. Alright, let's push this way a little bit too. I want to see what's over here. We'll nuke that. Isolated production is a good place to nuke. These are also kind of isolated since they're not actually moving. How many girls play Kiomet? Not many. I know 1 or 2 people who are female who play, or at least they have said that they are female in the chat. That does not mean that they are actually women, but probably not many. based on my metrics that I see on my YouTube videos, uh, very much not many. Alright, let's destroy this. Crazy Legs is a girl? I don't know. I don't see them chat very often in the chat, so they might be. I don't know. I don't have ins with every single prominent Kiomet player, I promise. I don't have that information. Alright, well, I was kind of hoping that we'd have a little bit of a fight on our hands. This individual does not seem to be doing much. M360? No. Alright, we'll turn that into a projector. I guess... Well, it's hard to tell. I guess there is a gap right here. That must have been what I was seeing or visualizing when I saw that there was a gap of some kind there. Well, I'm glad I was right in some way. I just wasn't quite sure how I was right. Alright, so that means that this whole area now belongs to me. Actually, you know, I should actually remember what's up here because I spawned right here. This was actually my spawn point. But my memory's not that good, so it's fine. Alright, what's going on here? I mean, we could keep destroying these. I don't really have any good places to nuke right now. Beyond what I already am. Or have. So this is a little bit weird. This isn't a great place for a projector because it can be attacked from all sides. But it should be fine. Might take some work, but we'll get it. Again, always try to attack peripheral positions. So if you see production that's not on like a major supply line, that's an excellent spot to hit with nukes or artillery. I don't see that often enough. A lot of times I'll see players attack like areas within a supply line, and that's fine if you're looking for where their supply lines are located and where they're focused at. But just nuking the same, like, if they just keep nuking, like, say, this armory, it's not going to do anything, because I don't have anything going on at this armory. Now, if they know better and they attack my projector, that would be a little bit problematic. But there's also ways around that, too. Alright, let's take this satellite. That'll be nice. And keep pushing up this way, I guess. I don't see a reason not to. Yeah, because I can't remember if I actually finished my thought from earlier, but I'll finish it now while I'm thinking about it. When you win a war in Kiomet, you don't often win by killing their king. You win by basically making them get frustrated and quit, especially when they're big enough. So attacking them from multiple angles, giving them multiple areas to focus on, making yourself a massive pain in their butt by attacking their like production and making it so that they actually have to direct troops to that production is going to go a long way towards winning the war than just hunting down their king and finding it. I should hop skip my supply line so I can reach farther. Let's take the supply line here, and then we'll bring it over that way. That makes sense, I think. Maybe not. Who knows? I don't know. I just work here. Yeah, you constantly want to be maneuvering your lines. Like, it's a little bit different in this war, because A, I don't actually think he's paying attention. And B, like, there's only a couple of ways he can attack me. But if you're ever stuck in a position where your lines stop moving, move your lines. Attack someplace else. You don't want to just constantly be attacking the same spot on and off. You want to go in, you want to do damage, you want to take areas. Even if you do not keep those areas, you're still forcing them to do things. And I'm getting a phone call. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. It would be easier to kind of explain it, like, if we got into a war where I had to maneuver my troops a little bit more. How many points do I have? I have 600. It's right on the screen. I have 600. I don't know. That'll actually be a bit difficult to see depending on if you're like on mobile or something. So yeah, I only have 600 points. It's not many. Not many points. Do I have any more nukes here? That's a silo. Well, yeah, we've been over this. You didn't have to deal with a bunch of nonsense at the start, so you're definitely gonna be more powerful than me overall. But yeah, you just want to make yourself the biggest nuisance. And you can beat even players that are much bigger than you. And that's also why nukes are very effective, because players get very annoyed when they have to deal with people who lob a bunch of nukes. I've had players who were absolutely destroying me, and me being much smaller, be like, hey, you need to stop firing nukes. And I'm like, why would I do that? You're beating me. And he goes, oh, fair point, fair point. It's like, that's just annoying. Be annoying. What I'm saying is you have to be annoying. You have to be the biggest nuisance. Just be annoying to people. Spam them and don't spam them in chat. That might be a little bit far. You'll get muted for that. "30 minutes after spawning a #1 player." Yeah, I can see that. Especially if they were AFK. I remember one time, a long time ago, it might have even been Crazy Legs. I surrounded their king when they were AFK. That was pretty fun. It's always fun to surround people's king. And then when they get back, ooh, hello. That's a tasty spot. Well, let me take this real quick. Yeah, there's a lot of people who just AFK. It happens, unfortunately. There's not anything that can be done about it. Alright, we're getting some counterplay in here. He's sending his troops. I'm gonna destroy that because I don't want him to upgrade that. I'm gonna destroy that because it's a nuke. He's using a lot of aircraft. I might actually downgrade my airfields. It might just be a coincidence, too. That's a lot of infantry. All right. Okay. We'll see what happens there. I want to get rid of that silo. How many troops will get each building? I mean, technically a building can produce infinite amount of troops given enough time, but depending on the building will depend on how many troops can station there. That can all be found in the help menu. So, like, a barracks can house 12 infantry. So, when they produce enough infantry to fill it up, they'll just stop, which is why supply lines are super important, right? Because I say it all the time, the #1 thing you can do to improve your gameplay is to keep your troops moving. If your troops are mobile, if they're doing stuff, then you're already going to be a lot better than a lot of people in this game. I mean, look at Jiraj. He has all this production that's just not doing anything. These are fighters that could be protecting his land. Meanwhile, most of my empire is mobile. It's doing stuff. It might not be actively taking points, but it's moving, it's maintaining, and it is actually functioning. Let's see. We're going to move our next supply line right there. I want to nuke this. I want to nuke this so bad. Let's take this radar. That'll give us a better idea of what's going on in his empire. I thought he... Yeah, he was definitely moving troops through here, and then he stopped, and I don't really know why. I'm not complaining, but I'm complaining a little bit. I thought I was gonna get a big battle. Alright, that should be enough to take that point. Let's go like that with that supply line. We'll take that, and we'll just nuke the 4 troops there, I guess. I don't really have anything to use that silo on. Just like I don't really have anything to use this silo on. I guess I can, well, okay. I'm upgrading that to a satellite now. I could have used it on that, I guess. That spot. Oh. Aw, this is going to be a little bit sad for him. He's going to lose all of these troops in one fell swoop. Unless he's paying attention. Ah. So sad. Here's another little group. Like, that's what I'm noticing about this player, is they have a lot of troops that are just moving back and forth. It wasn't intentional to help you, SGA piece, but it was satisfying. It was satisfying to break that blockade. Okay. Wow, there's just really nothing over here to nuke. Okay. Well, I guess I'll just nuke that. I should also destroy this, because that could be problematic. Yeah, we'll just throw a nuke there. And probably this as well needs to be destroyed. I mean, theoretically, he could upgrade any of these into artillery. A nuke, a silo there. But they're not, so I'm not super worried about it. Oh, it's a dead end. That's unfortunate. Alright, well, I guess we're just gonna push deeper. Push up to there. We'll turn that into a projector and head this way. Yeah, like, none of this... I don't know. I don't know. I'll keep my opinions to myself. He just has a lot of troops that aren't moving. I mean, this is another dead end, so if you were gonna try to race me up there, it's not gonna go anywhere. Alright, let's bring these guys down. We'll regroup. Make some plans. So at this point, I'm just hunting down his king. There's not really anything else for me to do. he's not really fighting back, so I'm not really worried. Also, this isn't the best idea to just kind of hook my other supply line into here, because this is probably pretty close to being maxed out. But I also don't really have anything else for them to do since this is a dead end, so... I can turn this into a nuke, and that into a satellite. Yeah, so at this point I'm just king hunting. Because this guy gotta be AFK. Probably. Well, that is a concern. You are wrapped almost completely around me. Oh, apparently Lorian decided to attack me at some point. There we go. Problem solved. I mean, I want to head up in this direction, but I also feel like their king is up in this area, since that's the direction all of their troops are coming from. When capturing buildings, how many troops or whatever would it take to grab certain buildings? It depends on what the buildings are. So every building has a different amount of shields. So let's go down here and take a look. So like this mine has 15 shields. So in order to capture this mine, we have to do 15 damage to it. So if we go into here, if we go into our help menu here, and we take a look at our troops. So a soldier does 1 damage. So in order to capture a mine, assuming that the shields weren't regenerating, they passively regenerate like 1 every 5-10 seconds or whatever, we have to do 15 damage plus 1, basically. So for a building with 15 shields, to capture it with a soldier, you'd have to attack it with 16 soldiers. With a tank, tanks do 3 damage, so that's 6 tanks to capture it. So that's 15 damage for 5 tanks, and then plus another one to actually capture it. And so on and so forth. Your bombers do 5 damage against surface structures. Your helicopters do 3 damage. And it's different for every building. So like the bunker is 40 shields. That's 40 out of 40 right here. Your ramparts have 45 shields. Your king provides an extra 10 shields to a building. So any building that the king is at has slightly more HP. It's not as... Just stop that, Lorian. It's not as exciting as it sounds. Usually you want to protect your king and not keep him on the border. Units die once they've done their damage, so when they do a damage for a soldier, they disappear. So soldiers disappear basically as soon as they run into something. And SGA Peace must have found the king, because he's very excited in chat. Are you going to kill the king or hold it hostage, SGA Peace? No, you can if you want. It's fine. I don't care. It's all good. You attacked them too. I mean, it's an AFK top 10 player. It's not that much content. I was hoping that he would fight back, but apparently we caught him at just the right time. Must be done this way. I don't see a way to progress this way. Really? Alright. Okay. Seems like I have to turn around anyway to deal with a certain nuisance, so have at it. Where? Okay, this is the only thing I have. Alright. And we'll just set up all of our supply lines to go the other direction. Alright, I am going to the bathroom, and I'm going to get a drink, so I will be right back. Have a good day, I have cold feet. Or night. Or whichever you prefer. Alright, so what's going on here? Not a whole lot. Things have been quiet, huh? Alright, so it's kind of nice that we have this gap up here now. We can attack Lorien from a different angle now that this guest is left. Which is unfortunate for them. As the rest of our troops kind of roll through the hulking corpse of this top 10 player up here. And we have more land down here as well. Yeah, it happens, unfortunately. Sometimes you gotta... You end up losing the war. I would recommend fighting back as much as you can. Firing artillery at their supply lines, attacking them wherever you can, giving them a hard time. They might give up, they might leave. They might not. Alright, so this supply line is going to branch off and attack from the north. Yeah, it's a little bit hard for me to suggest what the best course of action is. I don't have a full idea of the full breadth of your situation. Sometimes you just get into losing wars because the other player is just that much bigger or that much better. I was certainly expecting to lose this game to Jiraj before he gave me the breathing room to catch up. Alright, unfortunately my line up here is slowing down because a lot of my troops are being diverted to deal with Lorien. Oh, Lorien wants peace! Oh, how cute. I can't say I blame them. But at this point, I don't really think I trust them too much. Unfortunately. I mean, Jiraj will come back at some point, and then it'll be something, I suppose. Or they might just log. That does tend to be what people do when they find themselves in unwinnable situations. Alright, let's take this little patch here. I'm a little bit worried about this Zuckbot. I don't really have any real pronounced supply lines up here to deal with this. And I'm kind of trying to focus on Lorien down here. All right. No war wants friendship. We'll take it. Yeah, let's set up some kind of supply line over here. Could set it... Well... Yeah, I could set it over there. I have to push into Freddy a little bit, but Freddy's a bot. He won't care. Alright, we can do better. We can do better than that with this supply line. Yeah, so the largest player on the map is now 22 with 30, almost 3,900 points. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Actually, it's pretty good. So can we set up supply lines up here somewhere? Let's see. That would be a good spot for one. But it's not very close to anything. There's not really a very good spot up here either. We could just set it up there and say that's good enough. Or just set it up here. That might be fine. So it's kind of annoying. You get these long, stringy lines of land into areas where you've conquered people looking for their king, and then you kind of have to backfill a bit. I think I've mentioned on the Discord before, I'd like a mechanic where, like, if you captured an enemy king and you have areas that are, like, completely surrounded, you would, like, get control of those areas. So, like, if I had this area completely cut off, I would get control of this area. But that would be weird and hard to to balance and probably program. Let's see. Let's head up. I don't know where to take this line. I guess we can head up this way. I should actually start working on clearing out this blob right here. Let's see. Actually, can we reach that? We can reach that. All right, that's a little bit better. Vladik, we can alliance him if he wants one. Friendship is nice. How do I deal with nukes? That's a good question. The best way to deal with nukes is actually launchers, EMP launchers. So in order to get them, you need to build from a radar, you upgrade to a rocket, and then from a rocket, you upgrade to a launcher. And you have prerequisites for all those things. And eventually you get this rocket building. And once it upgrades and we get a shot in, I'll show off that thing. In the meantime, we will keep pushing these guys back. Where did I put my rocket? There it is. So, launchers fire EMPs. What do EMPs do? EMPs is this one. They only do 1 damage, but they disable a tower for 60 seconds. So, when it says disable a tower, that means it does not produce a unit. It does not regenerate shields. It doesn't do anything. It just stops the unit in its tracks. Okay? And the other nice thing about the launchers, they have a really long range. Like, they have a really long range. So say I'm over here, I'm nuking this barracks. Okay, I nuked that barracks. That's basically the farthest range for that, and the launcher outranges it. So when that hits an enemy silo, it stops it for 60 seconds. So if we go in here and we look at the silo produces a nuke every 120 seconds. The launcher produces a rocket every 80 seconds. So if you fire a rocket, an EMP, at a silo constantly, or even if you use multiple rockets, which would probably even be better, you can delay that for a very, very long time. Like, they will not produce enough nukes out of that silo in any kind of reasonable time. You basically shut down the silo. So they're very good. And because they outrange them, you can build them way back behind your lines and then fire them forward. And that can resolve nuke-happy factions very, very easily. The other option is just to use your own nukes. If you see them building a, what's it called? A quarry? Build your own nukes and nuke the quarry before they have a chance to upgrade it. Because it takes like, they have to upgrade it twice to a silo, and by the time they upgrade it twice, you can usually get a nuke in on them in time. But that's only if you can tell that they are planning on nuking you in the near future. If they're already nuking you, the silo's already set up, that won't work as well. The other option is to somehow get them to attack, like, your artillery. So, like, where do I have artillery? So, like, if anything hits the nuke in the air, it'll destroy the nuke. So if you fire a nuke at another nuke, when these two nukes meet, they'll just both get destroyed. The same thing will happen if you fire a nuke at an artillery piece and the artillery fires back. When those two hit, they'll both be destroyed. It doesn't matter that the nuke is more powerful. Obviously, it doesn't work here because it's my nuke and it's my artillery. So you can kind of like do a little bit of counterplay with that. So there's a little bit you can do. Nukes aren't all powerful. I would almost go out of my way and say that they're not great. They're not as great as they probably should be. Their ability to destroy things in one hit makes them very good at clearing out, like, these things. Like, just random buildings that are behind your lines. But if the other player knows what they're doing, then they can shut down your nukes pretty easily. Alright, so Zuck is dead. So now we can deal with Freddy. I haven't been paying attention to Jiraj at all. Let's start taking some of this stuff out. I feel uncomfortable having so much Jiraj down here. Especially since it looks like his troops are moving. But that might just be remnants. Who knows? Awesome. That's good to hear. Let's see. Let's upgrade some of my towns. That sounds like a fun thing to do. Kind of just hanging out and chilling. It's alright. There we go. All right, Lorian. How do I want to progress from here? Where is your king? Show me where the king is. I know Lorian is not very big. At least, not comparatively speaking. Not compared to the other players that we've been dealing with today. Alright, there goes that bot. Excellent, excellent. Yeah, I have a lot of troops out here doing not much of anything, but it's all good. I'm a little bit focused on what's going on over here with Lorien at the moment. Alright, no king up there. Okay. If I see M360, yeah, I don't think I'm anywhere near M360, unfortunately. Rue? I'll be friends with Rue. Yeah, I usually worry about cleaning up my supply lines when the fighting's over. That's why everything is kind of a mess right now. Also, I'm just being lazy, so there's that too. What's going on over here? Redirect over there. Thank you. I expect Lorien will probably log soonish. Good job, SGA piece. Also, it does look like Jiraj is actually doing something now. Just trying to come up with some kind of counter offensive up here. You made it! Congratulations! Get the camera! SG8 pieces on the leaderboard. Alright, let's move down to this radar. We'll capture it and we'll Google. Alright. This is probably like Jiraj's story is probably a good reason why you probably shouldn't leave a player alive if you attack them. Because he definitely could have killed me. He definitely had it in his power to destroy me at the start. And unfortunately, he decided to leave me alive. And that allowed me to fight back. Trying to destroy any of his production that might be back behind the lines. That way he can't surprise me. Yeah, that is the one unfortunate thing that I will say about Kiyomi. Wars have a tendency of lasting for a very long time. Like, I love the game. Don't get me wrong. It's a fun game. But wars either last with hours long attritions, or one side just decidedly trounces the other side. Like, those are the only two options. There have been very few wars that I've fought that I feel like have been back and forth enough that they were interesting. More interesting than normal. But I mean, Kiyomi is not really a game about like having big exciting wars necessarily. It's just about painting the map. It's map painting simulator. You paint the map, you conquer as much as you can until you get bored, and then you do it again the next day. That's kind of the way the game plays. It scratches the itch that games like Europa Universalis and Crusader Kings scratches, without having to deal with like the extra depth of the game. And don't get me wrong, I love those games. I still play those games. I enjoy the depth of those games, but sometimes you just want to turn your brain off and conquer a bunch of territory and paint your name across the map. And that's where I like playing Kiyomi. Alright, it looks like it's going to once again be peace in our time. Nice. Because Lorien's about done, I think. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's about done. Let's see, where else did I have a nuke? I thought I had another nuke. No, I guess not. Oh, there he goes. As I said, he is about done. And that's good. That means I get to clean up my messy, gross supply lines for a while. And then I could pick another fight with another player. Probably Vladik. Just based on a preliminary thoughts. Yeah, don't scoff at tanks. Tanks are very good. I know I'm using most of the infantry this game, but tanks are they're pretty good. I like the tanks. I often roll with tanks. Oh, there's a Ghast. I expect he's probably going to attack. Probably me, because I'm not on the leaderboard. There we go. What? I wanted to go that way. Excuse me. How rude. Alright. Now I need to make this less gross. How am I going to make this less gross? Let's do that. We can feed a bunch of stuff into this supply line. This should head north. Let's see, this will be its own area. I mean, if you want to do that, you can. It essentially means that at some point I'm just going to have to attack you. Okay. Let me have this group. That's gonna incut. Alright. Okay. Alright, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. I understand. You gotta do something, and I'm not on the leaderboard. I get it. I understand. Let's route... Was I routing all these guys into there? Could route some of these into here. Yeah, I guess that works. It's not a very big supply line, but it's fine. Actually, let's send these guys here. That makes a little bit more sense. And these guys are going here. That's fine. We still need to set up something for this mess up here. Are you gonna run? Have you given up? Maybe. Seems the case is yes. Alright. So, I could either bring this down here, or I could feed it into here. Does it really matter which one I do? Probably not. Guess we'll feed it into here. It's not perfect. It's not projector to projector, but it'll be fine. Alright, let's set up something up here. So we have this here. This is just going to be like a waypoint, basically. While most of the troops are going to go into this supply line. So we have all of this. It's all feeding into here. Just feeding over here. Which leads into here. I can leave this down here too. Alright. Now you can kind of start seeing, like, what I meant when I have, like, individual modular sections. So, like, I have this area down here. I have this area here, and then I have this area up here. And between the three, if, say, I needed help against Vladik, I could bring these guys up this way. Or, if need be, I could add these to this line here. Or if I needed to head up here, I could send these troops up this way. And by, like, looping over the supply line like this, it kind of doubles up how many troops you can have along one line. So you can have 8 individuals going this way, and you can have 8 individuals going this way. So together you have 16 in a perfect world. This isn't maxed out, but you can have 16 people moving between 2 points. That's point A and point B, not point A and point B. Let's bring this guy up. And I can actually show a slightly different tactic of how to somewhat easily increase the concentration of troops in an area. So let's bring this one over. Oh no, I'm gonna have to take it over that way. All right. Then I'll take this over here. Now once the centrifuge is done, instead of taking this up and meeting here, Instead, what I can do is take this projector and move up this way. To, like, I don't know. I want to move it there, but there's not enough room. I can move it to, like, here. So I mentioned how you don't want troops to cross paths. But they can cross paths if they're heading in the opposite direction. So the troops are gonna cross paths right here. I don't want to take these troops up this way, for example, because that will overlap these paths and you'll suffer attrition. But if you take them up and cross the path going the opposite direction, you can kind of concentrate forces in the same general area, but you don't suffer the attrition of doing so. And now I can have two supply lines that are basically covering the same area that kind of overlap each other. So let's see what Vladik is doing over here. Looks like SGA Peace is currently encircling me through Vladik. Oh no, the stream isn't playing. I don't think that's on my end. Yeah, I have 0 dropped frames. So you'll have to refresh if it's not working. That's why I have this nice little loop-de-loop here. That's kind of fun. Well, RIP SGAPs. I don't know what to tell you about your frozen stream. Everything looks okay on my end. Just gonna let our troops sit for a while and hang out and chill. I don't know much about the app, unfortunately. We'll see. All right, let's upgrade more of our villages. We have a lot of villages, actually. We actually got a lot of land from the player that was down here, whose name I already forget. All right. I know there's no real point to upgrading villages, but I like points. Points are fun. Oh, this isn't connected to anything. Neither of these are. Okay. Well, we can connect like that. That's fine. We may actually get enough points upgrading these to cities to go onto the leaderboard. I don't know. It's a satisfying little box right there. Okay. Let's see. No, I'm not anywhere near Hallowed Ori. I didn't even know Hallowed Ori was online. It's kind of odd. They're usually on the leaderboard. They're pretty good. They're pretty good players. Or they are a pretty good player, I guess I should say. I don't think they're multiple people, although they might be. Ugh, it takes so long to upgrade my villages. It makes me sad. Okay. I'm bored. I'm bored of upgrading of upgrading villages now. Let's go have some fun. We could bring this supply line up, although it's probably not a big deal. Alright, while we do that, I guess we'll go back to upgrading towns. We have so many now. So many. Oh, who just spawned near me? Okay. That's certainly a name, that's for sure. But hey, that gives us access to this land at least. I feel kind of bad attacking No War. They didn't do anything to me. But unfortunately, the troops must flow. Keep going. That might be a good spot for a projector. We'll see. This is definitely getting upgraded to a projector. Hey, we're number 10. We're on the leaderboard. Hooray. I can't load my profile. That's sad. Can I load SGA pieces? No. Nope, it's just loading forever. Okay. Alright. That's fine. Let's build a satellite here. Kind of wish we were near the edge of the map. That would be nice. I remember back in the day, you used to hate being on the edge of the map because zombies existed. But now zombies don't exist anymore, so near the edge of the map is where you want to be. Excuse me. Did you downgrade that? Stop that. Don't do that. Okay. Let's head this way. You having some trouble there with Vladik SGA piece? Oh no, I've been added on Discord. Oh, neat. Looks good. Yeah, I'm looking at it. It looks good. You're doing a good job. I think. It's bad? Wait. Is it bad? Oh no, what did I do? I didn't mean to bring that up on stream, but okay. Let's analyze here. See, you could turn this into a nuke and nuke along their supply lines to see where they're sending their supply lines. Let's see. I probably won't turn that into a nuke. That might be safe to turn into a nuke. I don't know. That's the best I got. Alright, let's take the satellite. Let's keep heading in this direction. That sounds like bait, SGA piece. That sounds like so much bait. Oh, I can't hear what you're saying on the stream. If you're gonna attack me, now would be the time to say it. Wink. Oh. Oh no. Why did he leave? I didn't break through them yet. Alright, well, rip. Guess we're gonna have to come up with another plan. Oh, there we go. Problem solved. Alright, we have Pooty Poot out here. We'll send him an alliance request. That way we can stab him in the back later. Finally, I've broken free from SGA Piece's grasp. Alright. Oh, and his stream still doesn't work. Rip. Well, I was going to feed Vladik troops, but I think Vladik is pretty well and doomed now. But, yeah, I've managed to escape. Yeah, Tetrahedron M360 is on the leaderboard. So he is very big. Let's see. Yeah, no offense to Prila Pano down there, but I think we're probably gonna have to say goodbye to them. Or they'll say goodbye to themselves. Or they'll just respawn right over there. That's so sad. I hate it when I see that. When I see somebody respawn just slightly off to the left, I'm just like, well, I guess we're just gonna take their land. Are you... Oh, it's because they're number 10. Your name always occupies the number 10 slot on the leaderboard, even if you're not number 10. Like, the number will be beside your name. I can see that he's number 10 because I'm not in the number 10 slot, because I'm in the number 8 slot. But if we zoom in, I don't actually know how to zoom in on the stream. What if oh, this could be dangerous. What if I did this? Add a new source. Capture window. And then, what did I do? Alright, we're gonna be playing Kiomet inside of Kiomet now. That actually looks really cool. I like that. That's not what I had in mind, but I have no idea how to zoom in. It's fine. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of that. Unfortunately, I think I'm gonna have to call the stream soon. I have to go get something to eat, and I'm gonna be going out with dinner. Cause I had look, I got a phone call earlier, and I got a phone call earlier from my dad, and my dad wanted to go out for dinner. Are you going to say that I have to sit here and stream forever and not eat dinner with my family? No! I'm not doing that. My family is like 8,000 years old. They're not gonna live forever. I gotta go eat dinner with them. Otherwise, what if they got into an accident tomorrow? They got into a car wreck and they're gone forever. And then I'll be like, man, I really wish that I hadn't stayed at home and played Kiomet and went and had dinner with them instead. You gotta enjoy the time you have with your family, because you're not gonna have them forever. And that goes for whether you're my age or if you're like 12 or 13 years old. You know, you might hate your parents right now. They might be a pain in the butt, but they're not gonna last forever. They're not gonna be there forever. So you have to enjoy the time you have with them. As long as you can. Okay? So go give your parents a call and ask them out to dinner, platonically. Alright, so here's the final look at my little empire. We have SGA Peace in a big hug around me for some reason. I don't know why. We just escaped, but unfortunately, like I said, I have to call it. Take a screenshot. I have a video. I have a video. It's a VOD. it's a VOD that you can look at later in video form. It's a screenshot in video form. Yeah, and it'll be up on YouTube probably tomorrow. So it's all good. It'll be there. So thank you everybody for joining me. I appreciate the banter and the discussion. So you can hear audio. So when I was making plans earlier, I see you. All right. Anyway, back to my outro. So until next time, everybody, thank you for watching and happy gaming.